Hey guys, Bugcat7 here. Okay, it is Monday, December 8th, 2024, and I haven't done a video in a while because I've been taking care of these kitties and sick kitties and more kitties. Just every season there's more and more, but I'm taking care of all of these feral cats, and it's takes up a lot of my time to run around taking care of them all. So in any case, I really wasn't planning on doing a video tonight, but if you can hear, we're listening to the radio in the background because I want you to listen to this story. They played it roughly like 8 after the hour on the last hour, so I'm just waiting for this story to come back on so you can listen to it, because I think this is a pretty important story. I think it's more important than one might think, because something's going on that's very strange. So, and there's only so many possibilities here. So, you call what you want, but I would think about it a bit. There's something very strange going on, so we're just listening in the background here now. What's going to be mentioned here, I've experienced this myself right here where I'm at on Long Island here, and a friend of mine here has also experienced it, and Dave Pilates from Missing 411 has reported it on YouTube, on his channel, that he's had observed, this himself. So something strange is going on, very strange is going on. And who knows where else in the world this goes on or whatever. It's just not reported. We don't hear it because they're local reports, just as this is. May not even hear about it on the other side of the country, just a local report. So they're talking about the healthcare executive's murderer there. Justice was served. As far as I know, this guy was under investigation. Who knows how many. There's people writing comments about how, coverage was denied to their daughter with leukemia and all those kind of other horror stories about this insurance company that didn't want to pay. If they want to, there's some kind of killer on loose. Well, I guess if you're insurance executive or something like that, you might have something to worry about, but I don't have anything to worry about. So, whatever. They're talking about bringing this guy to justice. Well, maybe justice has already been served, and bringing this guy to justice won't give us more justice. Okay? And they say, well, they don't want vigilantes. Well, that's what the cops are. Just official vigilantes. That's all. With, badges and guns and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just so many negative things were commented on about this guy's. I'm sure it's horrible for his family and all kind of stuff like that. But I don't know. Does anybody feel sorry for Satan's children? I mean, I don't think so. But whatever. I'm just saying. Yeah. So anyway, there's more stories about local news here about the guy who choked the lunatic out on the subway and killed him accidentally, I guess, or whatever. So he was acquitted. Probably because of the testimony of the passengers who said that they were frightened and they were happy and relieved, when the guy took control of the guy on the subway there. I don't generally listen to the news. The only reason I listen to the news is for the weather, because I'm a pedestrian. So we're coming up on this now on the radio here, but I want you to hear the story because you may not be getting this story wherever you're at, and just for posterity anyway, because it's inexplicable, okay? I don't care what other stories there are on the news, they pale in comparison to this thing here, which is just freaking weird, okay, and a little disturbing and a little frightening to me anyway. I've talked about this on my channel, and You know, certainly guys like Dave Politis believe this is a real threat. So I'm just listening to the radio here. You hear? I hope you hear it in the background anyway. But anyway, I don't know what's going on over here. I thought it was me able to. We're listening to the radio over here. But again, I want you to hear the story because I'm freaked out about it. I'm a little disturbed and a little unnerved by this story, okay? If it's anything like I think it could be, okay? So apparently, military doesn't know about what's going on. Police don't know about what's going on. The FAA doesn't know about what's going on. So nobody can answer any of these questions. I find it difficult to believe that these things that they're going to talk about here are navigating around without anybody noticing them, or well, apparently somebody did notice them or whatever, but people in the sky. So this weight is coming up, so, But anyway, I've been taking care of these little baby kitties and whatnot. A couple of them have been sick, and so I spent a lot of time nursing them and everything and trying to get back and forth to all the various areas where I have feral cats that I take care of. And, we got one fixed, we got one neutered, so just recently, through the auspices of the town has a program, you get a voucher, and then you bring the animal in, and they neuter them, and so, trying to be responsible about it, and the town does some work, okay, here it is, wait.
Staten Island Borough President Vito Fasella.
Listen.
People deserve an answer. You don't just see, what if there were 30 of them just hovering around? I think people would justifiably get a little concerned and ask questions.
30? How about 60 drones over Pequannock, New Jersey? That's what Mayor Ryan Hurd recently saw.
We're talking about safety, security. We're talking about infringing on our personal space because these things are going over our houses. I don't know what's going on. Are they scanning inside of the house? What is going on?
And it's not stopping. Governor Murphy says they're taking it, quote, deadly seriously. Mac Rosenberg, 1010 wins on 92.3 FM.
Okay, the only other part that we didn't catch about that is these drones, these 60 drones that this mayor of this town observed here, okay, are the size of planes. All right, so there's 60 drones in the sky the size of planes, and local law enforcement, especially a helicopter division, police department, doesn't know. Well, let me tell you this, okay? So I observed these weird drones over here in Bethpage myself, walking back to my house in the middle of the night often. I would often see these things, and they're stationary more or less, but, floating around back and forth. At one time I saw 3 of them together, and they parted like the Blue Angels, only like in slow motion, like only drone speed, let's say, or something like that. Not real quick like a airplane or something like that. But what are these drone things? Okay, so my friend Matt, who I sometimes mention on my channel, we talked about the Erie Canal. He's a part of that whole discussion there. And he mentioned that he saw them as well, besides the fact that David Politis has mentioned it in his videos that he was an eyewitness to these drones. And this is already a couple of years ago. Okay, it's a couple of years ago for me or whatever. What are these drone things? I'm just asking, okay? I don't know what they are. If you're a long-time subscriber to my other channel, or you've been a subscriber to this channel here that I'm posting on, you know what I think about UAPs and UFOs and whatnot, is this a swarm of them? I mean, if you recall, watching various UFO, I mean, it's probably shown in just about every single one of them I've ever seen about this woodcut from, Germany, very old, hundreds of years old woodcut from Germany where they witnessed something in the sky where it shows all these like balls and X's, right? Like a drone, right? See what I'm saying? So what are these things? So let's say those things they witnessed in the sky in Germany a long time ago. Well, that has nothing to do with, some sort of UFO society started by the Nazis after World War II in Antarctica or something like that. Because we're talking about them witnessing these things hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So probably isn't that, okay? And it probably isn't that at all, although there may be some of these things that go in and out of the earth like some sort of beehive or something like that, you know. But, what I think about them, I think they're biomechanoids, and they have all these abilities that, incredible abilities, just like animals have right here on Earth. The many, many animals that are here on Earth, their abilities are just supernatural and superhuman by any of our human standards, compared to us. Well, if there's some kind of creature that might live in space or something like that, they probably got some supernatural abilities too. See, so I'm just saying, okay, what are the possibilities here? What could the possibilities really be? Well, either it's somebody here in the United States who's running these things. Who knows what kind of computing power it would take to run 60 of these things simultaneously? Where is that going on, number one? And that guy apparently, number two is itching to be put in federal penitentiary, I guess, because that's what you're going to get for doing something like that. Airplane-sized drones, 60 of them flying around without a permit, by any approval by FAA or anything like that. I don't think so. Okay, so what else could it be? Okay, so is it one of our enemies or something like that? Well, don't you think that all the spy satellites and everything like that would see these things coming back and forth across, the oceans or whatever it is? Unless, they have some kind of stealth technology or something like that where these things can't be seen by those things. Maybe. Okay, I'm sure, you can suppose anything at this point, but I just wanted to point out this story here. I think it's more important than any story on the news right now, because what the F is going on? Okay, like I said, I'm an eyewitness to these things. My buddy Matt is, Dave Politis is, and I'm sure a lot more people. That, when Dave Politis, I think, said on the channel, a lot of people commented that they saw something too. So people are seeing these things, and this is more than just this recent story in New Jersey over the weekend. It was not only New Jersey, but people in Staten Island which is an island right here in one of the 5 boroughs in New York where I'm at, and they're seeing them over there as well. Okay, somebody mentioned 30 of them, and then the mayor there said he witnessed 60 of them. So we have a government official who's acknowledging seeing these things, 60 of them. But imagine 60 airplane-sized drones. What kind of computing power and what kind of tracking and what kind of all this kind of stuff is going to be utilized to do something like that, folks? These are the biomechanoids, I think. A swarm of biomechanoids and their exceptional skills, their stealth abilities, just like other animals on this planet, are supernatural. Okay, and that's why it's difficult for them to pin all these things down and everything. Okay, you're dealing with things with abilities beyond our technical abilities. You see, when they talk about the animals and their abilities and all that kind of stuff, a plane can't fly like a bird. You see, it's impossible. See, because the bird is the master. It's just literally the sky king. Okay, not anything we're flying around. Okay, well, what are these things? The drones are pretty much in the same category, although not like a dragonfly, because a dragonfly can instantly, go full power in an instant from a full stop in any direction. So, that's amazing beyond belief. And I don't know. If you want to listen to it right now, it's on local radio here, WINS, which is 1010 AM here, a 92.3 FM radio station, I believe, here in New York. So it's 1010 News if you want to listen to the complete story. They give different, length stories there, depending on your time slot, with more information, et cetera, et cetera. So listen to it. there's something weird going on, man. It's not only not now with these 61s, although that's really weird, you know, but I think it's been going on for years because I've been seeing them for years and these other people have. So, what are they? And see, I have the local police heliport by me. So I've had the officers who are the pilots, the helicopter pilots, come into my store here, to my convenience store here. And I asked one of them straight up, I said, have you guys ever seen any sort of large drones in the sky around this area or whatever? And the guy said, nope. I've never seen any of them. But are these things, in their stealth mode when they see something approaching or whatever it is? Do they go into their stealth mode? How long, a range do their sensors work? Judging by the type of power they would require to do all these things, probably long range. But I'm just saying, man, what are these things? What are 60 drones the size of planes flying around over northern New Jersey and Staten Island and all kind of stuff? What are these things? Okay, I'm trying to answer the question to it from my own perspective, but you be the judge of it yourself. Okay, and if, somebody say, well, maybe it's enemy drones, really, and they didn't detect this with all the spy satellites and all the military hardware, or why isn't the military responding right now? Or maybe people just don't thinking anything of it right now, but reported by officials to the government now, the military and everything else. So what are they going to do about it? I'm sure what they're going to do is fly out there and these things are all going to disappear and not be there. It's just, there's no way to catch them or shoot them down or anything. And the danger of it is, Dave Pilates thinks they're dangerous. Well, I think they're dangerous too. What if, somebody goes out to investigate and these things swarm on it or whatever and, something happens to it? Many of these planes have disappeared as we've been following Dave Pilates' missing 411. He goes law, land, air, and water. And some of these planes, have military planes, fighter aircraft, have completely disappeared off the face of the earth. They can't find it in the Great Lakes. Well, the Great Lakes is just one bare bottom lake of like sediment. There's like a desert in there. You can find anything in there if you look. So, I don't know. To me, it's very disturbing that this story has come out. So, I'm not trying to upset anybody or alarm anybody or anything, but keep your eyes on the skies. When you hear stories like this in mainstream news of things flying around, plane-sized things flying around that they have no explanation for, keep your eye to the sky. That's all I got to say. I'm often walking alone at night or whatever, but maybe I just, I lived in the forest too. How come these things, I'm kind of upset. I'm up in high intelligence. Dave Polite says they're interested in high intelligence people with German. I've got all those things, high intelligence and German, but don't like me for some reason or whatever, because maybe my soul's not pure enough or something like that. Maybe that's what they know somehow. But, energy signature is wrong or whatever. So it's like, I said, I mentioned to somebody, I forget who, it's insulting, the biomechanics are insulting me by not abducting me and bring me up into space or drop me off in the middle of the Pacific Ocean where I'm going to die, get eaten by things. But I don't know, folks. You judge for yourself. Go to the website there, 1010 Wins AM or 92.3 Wins News, WINS News, and listen to the story for yourself. Okay? I'm alerting you to this because this is inexplicable. Just is. Something weird is going on. All right, guys? Think about it. I'm thinking about it, and I'm getting more disturbed thinking about it, but, that doesn't make any of it make a lot of sense. Plane-sized drones flying around, nobody knows who they belong to, and they can't figure it out right away. That's bad. That's bad. All right, guys, anyway, I'm going to end this video right now. Think about what I'm telling you here and listen to the news story. You make of it what you want. Biomechanoids. Biomechanoids are going to be far more dangerous than little green man and greys and all kind of stuff like that. See, because those things can reason. So, and if these things are like animals, highly intelligent, like orca or whatever it is, well, they never need to be on a level that we are. So maybe those feelings of, sort of, empathy for other living things are not quite that developed. They're still in sort of predatory mode as animal species, even though they're highly intelligent, like orca or octopus or dolphins or even monkeys, which are dangerous. So, but anyways, listen to the story. I just played, enough of it for you here so you can get a feel for what's going on here. Officially recognized by some mayor up there, witnessed 60 of them in the skies. That's a lot. It's a lot to not be able to explain. Okay, guys, anyway, Podcast 7 signing out. Peace.